Christos. The Alchemy of Life. Apocrypha 8. URIM and THUMMIM. Maria Magdalena. Maria, Christos' marriage with Maria. Maria, Rumours and babble. Maria, winter solstice, the 21st of December. Maria, full moon party solstice. Maria, the shooting star. Maria, the tent. Maria, the wild horse. Maria, at high noon. Maria, the dream. Maria, Valka. Ultimate symmetry. The alchemy. Maria. Christos' marriage with Maria. As summer reached its peak, on a sunny Sunday in Master Pythagoras' garden, Maria shed her humble attire and adorned herself in a lovely, short summer dress. They spent the afternoon as a couple, feeling an energy that attracted the animals and enveloped them in its special aura. The masters in the garden, without uttering a word, understood that the time had come to unite as one, now that summer was drawing to a close. They all gathered around the round granite table and enjoyed a delightful Sunday feast, sharing intriguing stories and hearty laughter. The farmer addressed Maria and Christos, saying, "Christos, our beloved master, we are incredibly proud of both of you. You have discovered the hidden gem, as is evident from the vibrant energy that permeates the entire Garden of Eden, resonating with the presence of angels. The symmetry between the two of you is complete and perfect, even captivating the animals and plants. It is unmistakable to anyone, even the blind, that you are meant to be together. Given that your love sets a new standard for the union between a woman and a man, we have reached a unanimous conclusion. Christos, you are now married to Maria. This signifies that everyone should be aware of your union, and that you shall never break the bond and symmetry of your love. From this moment onward, when asked about your relationship status, you shall say, 'I am married.' And anyone who feels the same way can respond, 'I am married,' and others will respect their commitment and refrain from tempting them. Now, come here and let me give you both a warm embrace." The entire garden erupted with joy, and the farmer spoke from the depths of their heart. Music played, and people danced in celebration. It was a Sunday of bliss and beauty, an unforgettable day when the cosmic clock advanced one small cycle, marking the beginning of a higher octave in the cosmic epoch of time, leaving the past behind. Ultimate symmetry. The alchemy. Maria. Rumours and babble. At home, Maria expressed her concerns to Christos. "I'm not sure if this is a good idea. What happens in the market with all the people, and in the village where everyone stares at me when I have to deliver the goods? I'm scared." Christos embraced her and reassured her, "Don't worry, honey. You are my Susie, and I will take care of you and never ever let you down in any way. We will simply face everything that is related to society together. It's as simple as that. Don't be afraid." From that point on, they would only go to the village together. The first day at the Monday market was filled with excitement. The farmer insisted that they both be present at the stall, as he was curious to see how people would react to seeing Maria as her true self and acknowledging her love for Christos through their invented marriage. What a day it was! It didn't take long for the farmer's stall to be sold out, as everyone had the same thought and became eager to see and purchase food from near and far. Ultimate symmetry. The alchemy. Maria. Winter solstice, the 21st of December. Christos said to Maria, "There is a village fete one day from here to the south, and it will last for 3 days. It will begin on 21.12 to celebrate the solstice with feasts, music, and dancing. What do you think? No one knows us there. It would be fun." Maria answered, "Oh honey, that is a great idea, but you must take care, otherwise I'd be scared." Christos said, I promise I will take care forever. You are my Susie, and you are mine. It was still a comfortable temperature, and the sun was shining as they arrived in the village on the morning of the second day, the 21.12. People were slowly gathering on the market square where the large village square was located. At the market stalls, one could enjoy food and drinks or purchase handmade shawls, dresses, scarves, and jewelry. Christos said to Maria, "Look, here is the same ring made from the same simple silver. The only difference is that one is made for my finger and the other for yours. It's because the goldsmith couldn't decide if it was more suitable for a woman or a man, so he made both versions to find out. This will create symmetry with the thin silver chain on your left foot." After a delicious meal at noon, the festivities were in full swing, and people were in a solstice mood. The music played beautifully. While dancing on the side of the square, Christos said to Maria, "Let me find the restaurant and grab a cider as well. I'll be back in a dozen minutes." Maria replied, "And please bring one of those cookies too." Christos walked away and returned after 12 minutes. He saw Maria engaged in a conversation, surrounded by 4 curious individuals. But Maria happily answered their silly questions and had some fun with them. Approaching from the side, Christos asked Susie to join him. Although it was nice to see Maria having fun, the individuals surrounding her ignored Christos as if he were thin air. At that moment, Maria said, "Oh, sorry, I have to go," turned around, walked over to Christos, and gave him a huge hug. And this is how it came to be, with Christos' philosophy and the emergence of Logic, where Maria gained her true name, while Christos' Logic won the game. Years went by, and Maria forgot how to be shy. Christos was incredibly happy, feeling like the luckiest guy under the sky. With growing confidence, Maria embraced the evolution of time, while the mystery of Egypt still waited to be unraveled. And for a few months, the farmer would take care of their needs as Christos embarked on his apprenticeship, requiring him to stay there. Ultimate symmetry. The Alchemy. Maria. Full moon party solstice. As the night wore on, Maria let go of her shyness, and Christos was overjoyed, feeling like the luckiest man under the sky. The small tent they had was quite comfortable, well sewn with seams that prevented water from seeping in. It even came with 2 sticks for easy setup, eliminating the need for trees to anchor the ropes. Instead of a heavy carpet, the bottom of the tent was made of fabric. It was perfect for their journey as a married couple, providing them with a private hotel room. Master Farmer had a mischievous smile on his face and said to Maria that they should take the tent, as it would serve its purpose well during their travels. Maria asked, "What's so amusing?" But the farmer had already walked away, leaving Maria to pack the tent. The music had ended, and people were tired after a beautiful celebration of the winter solstice. The date, 21.12, had a checksum of 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. The number 6 is the seed of life, representing full harmony and symmetry with pi. When a compass is used on a circumference, it can be divided into 6 equal parts. It is a sacred number, chosen by Alpha Intelligence for creating the seed of life. It symbolizes ultimate symmetry, where the flower of life can grow, bloom, produce seeds, and bring forth new life. The number 6 is a perfect utility, allowing for the most efficient use of space. It is not a standalone number but rather an octave of 3, necessary to thrive and embody the concept of pi. Alpha Intelligence said to Alpha, "Now that we have created the lower harmonic overtones, we can move to a higher level of density. All the lower levels will contribute to the manifestation of a new layer, emerging from the void." The octave of 3 is the best choice, as it encompasses the 3 aspects of creation: strength, utility, and beauty. It represents the strongest force, optimal space utilization, infinite usability, and the manifestation of beauty in the highest layers of this dense plane of matter. From the number 6, we have the seed of life, which will multiply and expand. It serves as the high-level vector of the octave, acting as the constant factor of multiplication. Just imagine, as the number grows, reaching a certain point, say 12 bits, the exponential growth becomes immense, akin to the expansion of the entire universe and its manifestations. Ultimate symmetry. The Alchemy. Maria. The shooting star. On the winter solstice, 6, the stars shone brightly in the night sky. The air was crisp and a cool breeze swept across the land, carrying the scent of winter earth and the awakened activity of fallen leaves and mushrooms. It carried the essence of the woods. As they made their way to the tent, they paused and gazed at the stars, feeling a slight chill after the warmth of the fire at the market. Maria took Christos' hands, raised her arms in the air, and turned 180 degrees, her back touching his front. Suddenly, Maria stood in front of Christos and pulled his arms around her, aligning their gaze toward the stars. They embraced each other with a deep and loving force, as if they were destined to be together. Christos felt a profound sense of harmony, as if he had come home to his true place, the garden of beauty and bliss, where every atom existed in perfect symmetry and symbiosis. The collectile particle danced fully, entangled in complete unity. It is indescribable, as if 100 butterflies tenderly caressed their skin, not from the outside, but from within. Atomic symmetry merged into complete harmony, while the collectile .0 became unconditional. Christos asked, "Can you feel the dance of atoms and collectile?" The particles become symmetry fractals. Maria held his arms tightly around her body for just half a minute, as if in the silence of the winter night, with the full moon and the bright stars, an inner celebration of the winter solstice was about to commence. In this state of perfect harmony and joy, out of nothingness, a shooting star suddenly appeared, stretching its bright light across the entire night sky. Its brilliance lasted as long as they could make their secret wish, a wish belonging to the universe, where intelligence recognizes acts of kindness, hears greetings and calls, and manifests from the void into the universal realm, densifying into matter and becoming whole. The heavens danced that night, celebrating with alpha intelligence and .0 as radiant light, illuminating the future that unfolds after the winter solstice. It will last for another 23 years, until the winter solstice passes and the summer solstice arrives, right on the night of the 21st of June in 2023, where 9 is equal to 3 plus 6. Ultimate symmetry. The Alchemy. Maria. Back at the tent. In a state of complete quantum entanglement, the .0 omni-state, the ability to foresee the future was awakened. It was as if every being in heaven and every angel on earth could see the same thing, a bright light symbolizing the love of heaven manifesting on earth from that very night onwards. They went back and found the tent, where Maria placed a sheepskin with fluffy fur on the floor, and laid on her back, so Christos could crawl into the tent, and she pulled him towards her. Christos was excited and speechless, and while feel her body, became ambitious, so she pulled off his shirt, and begun to unfold, the body of a young man that would lift in symmetry straight, and, like herself, has the beauty and subtlety of the creation of the Alpha Intelligence. Our Father Alpha Intelligence made him in the same image as all of us, but she found that Christos in comparison, looked more attractive, and also as twin to herself, made to become one, with the body, the mind, and all. What is fun? Christos began also to pull her clothes one by one, all for a sudden his fear was gone, while carefully in between, touch and feel her body, the beauty and the skin. It was the next level of conscious existence, to feel the eternal symmetry while experience it. The ultimate alignment in every atom and electron, and became fully entangled, with the collectile flower field multiples in every muon. Now he could see her body shaded, in the light of the candle, as beautiful as best-made precious image, naked and humble. Ultimate symmetry. The alchemy. Maria. The wild horse. Maria hugged him strong and without notice in advance, to turn herself around, like a pirouette at dance, and Christos was laid on his back and began to realize that this is the moment where she left her past, by just turning upside down, and he felt the bliss, when she let him merge deep inside, and begun, slowly as slow as she can, or begin to ride like she would ride the horse, and slowly came through the wood, up the hill, getting warmer, and as soon as the apex went by, it became a ride, and down the hill, faster, and over the meadows after the forest and the hill, Maria went faster, and he could feel her joy, in each and every particle dancing, and as soon as they came to the river of life, Maria vibrated with feelings of unity as she had an orgasm, and for the first time not alone, she felt the true name of the beauty of creation, while Christos came to that point too, where inside the boiling point has reached, and the fluid of life boils over. And felt the same feeling where each and every particle spin, in the higher energy state of the electron collector as the true win-win. Now she laid down on his chest, to keep the feeling of the night, just for another moment tight, before the candle light went out, and they sleep until the next noon, fulfilled with the ultimate symmetry, at the equinox of the full moon. Ultimate symmetry. The alchemy. Maria. At high noon. The following noon, the weather was once again perfect, and the winter solstice became an event that would never be forgotten, not by the angels, not by the collector or atom, and not even by the humans on earth. Maria crawled out of the tent and stretched her body, making a sound akin to a kitten stretching itself. Christos also crawled out and did the same. Maria turned to Christos and asked, "Oh honey, I love you. Did you sleep as peacefully as I did?" Christos replied, "Oh yes, very, very relaxed. I am still speechless. What a journey. Give me a hug." He went to start a fire, which had been prepared for making tea and having breakfast, before embarking on the journey back home along the pilgrim road. Maria sat down and said to Christos, "I had a dream where I was in my garden, but it wasn't my garden, yet it was my garden." Christos asked, "I don't understand. How can it be your garden and not your garden at the same time?" Ultimate symmetry. The alchemy. Maria. The dream. Maria said, "Well, it was my garden because all the plants were in their place, even in the back where I could see Frida and her friends. But I had never been there before, even though it clearly belonged to me. Then, on the meadow behind the herbal hill, a girl came to me. She was a young girl, very smart-looking, still a child, but very mature and conscious. It felt like I was having a conversation with an adult rather than a young, cute girl. Her eyes were mesmerizing. I could see the stars twinkling in her eyes. I knew her, but I couldn't remember. She told me that she had come to bring the light, that she came from the stars to earth to anchor the light. And she said she wasn't the only one, just the first." As I looked at her, I caught a glimpse of her as an adult, with children and a family in her garden. There were animals and plants, each one displaying its unique colors and shapes. The fragrance of heaven filled the air, with the flower of life blooming throughout the garden. On the hill behind the compost, there were tears of God, which would help define the alchemy, the foundation of life. And there was a book, guiding the choice of the right plants to attain health and vitality. As the background faded, her presence became more expansive. So I asked her for her name. But in that very moment, I could feel within myself her true name. And then she said it out loud, "I am Valka." It was profound. Her voice reached deep within, and my whole body resonated in harmony with her words. It was as if my entire being spoke the same word at the same time. Then I woke up, disturbed by the noise of a passing chariot on the nearby road. Ultimate symmetry. The Alchemy. Maria. Valka. Christos said, "Valka, wow, what a girl." They packed up the tent and Christos extinguished the fire, and they set off on the road back home to the farmer master. The days passed by, and Maria took Christos' arm and placed his hand on her womb. Maria said, "Now Valka is 6 weeks old, what a joy. Imagine Valka." They went to the top of the tiny hill to watch the sunset, and Christos felt incredibly grateful, the luckiest and proudest man in the universe. Maria was filled with confidence as time passed, the mystery of Egypt still waiting to be unraveled, and for the next 2 months, the farmer would take care of them, as Christos continued his apprenticeship there.